All right, welcome to Page Layouts Part 2. I realized I may have omitted a few steps that I should go back and adjust. Right, so I'm in my layout mode, right, that I've selected at the bottom here. And I have a couple of, there are a lot of options here about information that I can display. If I want to change a column size, if I hover over in between the columns, you'll see the hand. And the hand is how I would move a column. But if I want to adjust the size of a column, you can see that I can drag that column back and forth. And it's just truncating the address column. Now, if there's a column that I want to get rid of, let's say that I want to get rid of address altogether, I can just click it and I can drag it to the trash can and it's gone. But now there's a whole lot of information that I may want to have on that channel hookup. And let's say, just for example, that I want to go get my address back. Right? So to determine what columns are listed on any given piece of paperwork, again, we're working just in the channel hookup. If I were to go look at my instrument schedule, you'll see my instrument schedule still has my address column. We're working per document now. Let's go back to my channel hookup. And I want to put address back in. If I go to Layout Options and I go down to Body Columns and click there, it will give me a list of all of the columns, right? The little check mark is the columns that are being displayed on my document. And you can see that I have all kinds of different options about what is being displayed and what's not being displayed. Right now my color and gobo are being displayed together in one column, which is okay. Or I could display them separately as the color and then the gobo so that I could adjust size, right? But what I did is I had deleted the address, and so why don't I go ahead and click on the address column, and that will bring address back to my back to my page layout. Everything that has the little I next to it is where I have information. There is information available about that about those fixtures, right? I did not import any of the user tags, so there's no I next to any of the user tags. I did do instrument type and unit number and position, and you can see the I that is next to all of them. This is an expansive list, and you can scroll up and down the list to see what you want. But what I'm going to do is I just click the address, right? And I want that address information to come back, and I'll say OK, right? And now that address information has come back, but it put it at the end. So I may need to drag it back over to where I want it, which was over here, and then I may need to shrink it back down a little bit. Let's shrink down a little bit more. Right, there we go. And so now I have that column back. So that's just a little bit about how to get the columns that you want on the paperwork that you want and to put it where you want it. And again, that's under Layout Options and Body Columns. And that's what I have. Maybe we'll do one more quick little thing. I'll go underneath the setup window, the setup pull down, and it'll say show title and page header. And at this point I can actually I can put a little header in, and I could say show title is going to be small theater, and then I could go down for some information and I could say Todd's class, and then I could come over here and say designer, and then put your name, right? And then I just close this. There's no need to save it or anything, and it will automatically update, and it'll go ahead and put that information as part of the header. It'll say it's the small theater show, it's Todd's class, it's got your design, and that will appear on all paperwork, right? So if we look at the instrument schedule, you'll see that all that information is on the instrument schedule as well. So that's under the setup and show title and header page. And so, yep, that's a little wrap up of columns and page layout.